In order to help companies develop new service innovations, you also have to have some kind of process underneath in order to help you have some kind of structure in your way of working. And the easiest form of this process consists of two components, really. One is that you have to understand your customers, you have to understand how they want to use your service or product, and the other part is really building or orchestrating things. So that's really the sort of easiest component in this development model. But if you want to make a more detailed description of the underlying process, we have more components. And the first component is really a focus component. You have to focus somewhere. You have to understand where your service innovation should happen. Is it about helping? Is it about financing? Is it about streamlining? Is it about differentiation? Or is it about experience? So you have to decide where you want to focus your efforts. Once you started to focus your efforts, you have a better understanding what you need to involve your customers in. So how you should learn from your customer when it comes to experience, when it comes to differentiation, when it comes to financing, when it comes to helping, or when it comes to streamlining. So you're learning from your customers. And once you have learned from your customers, you have to learn yourself. So then you have to synthesize what you have learned, you have to experiment, you could do easy prototyping to start to realize what a service could be. And once you've started to decide, this is what we want to accomplish, you have to look at it from an organizational view. Is your organization really ready? How can I orchestrate this change or this innovation in my organization? It's about strategy. Does my new innovation really fit to my strategy? It's about ability to change. Is my organization really ready? Can I make these changes? It's about culture. Is this something that my organization really can deliver in a truthful, honest way? And can I rely on my network? Because you want to deliver a service is usually close to your customer, so you may have to use other organizations to help you deliver something. And the next step, once you've decided on all these aspects, is testing. You want to be testing this new service on your real customers to see if it actually will be a success. And finally, when you have completed all these steps, you test, implement, and standardize what you have just developed. Another layer of complexity we have to realize here is that not all service innovations are created equal. Some will be easier, more about fixing problems. Others will be more about sharpening our competitive abilities. And the third one is more radical. So each of these will require slightly different ways of acting if you're doing what we call service maintenance, which is pretty much fixing what has gone wrong in your processes. You don't have to rely on a large number of observations or talking about something that is a representative sample of something. You just go and fix the problem. You identify the problem and fix it. So you don't really need this complex process to do that. But if you want to improve your service performance, then you may have to rely on a larger population. Then you may have to rely on communicating much more to your customer, because then it's about strengthening things that's gone right in your service delivery before. And the third part, the third category here is radical service innovations. And you may be able to rely on some of your customers, but not all of them. You may have to look at who is my innovative partners in this process, because people, when they tell you things, they rely on their past behavior, their past experiences. And remember, we're talking about something radical, something that's never existed before on the market. So it could be difficult to just ask customers unless they have some creative abilities. So those are really things that you have to take into consideration when you look at this development process.